डॉक्टर ईशान तिलक हाँ एक्सटेंड कर दीजिए एक गिनती.
Good afternoon, everybody. So the title of my study was Association between Dry Eye Disease and Corneal Endothelium and Age-Matched Analysis. So dry eye disease is believed to be a disease of the ocular surface, but does this dry eye disease affect the corneal endothelium? That question comes in our mind again and again. Dry eye disease is associated with changes in tear film osmolarity. It has a change in inflammation and inflammatory biomarkers which cause a change in the ocular surface. There have been studies where endothelium is altered in dry eye disease, but there is none such study in the Indian population. Hence, the aim of our study was to assess corneal endothelial changes in patients with dry eye disease and compare it to a group of age-matched normals. The study population was 20 to 60 years. The population who were excluded was any previous history of intraocular surgery, any history of instilling ocular eye drops, any history of using contact lenses, because all these pathologies have been known to affect the corneal architecture. The subjects underwent OSDI questionnaire, TBUT, Schirmer's. They were separated into two groups based on the TWES 2 classification. If OSDI more than 13 in any of the two, that is tear film breakup time of more than 10 or Schirmer's of less than 15, into dry eye disease group and into normals. Both the groups then underwent specular biomicroscopy, the non-contact specular biomicroscopy, to assess the endothelial parameters. Specular count was repeated thrice to rule out any error, and results were analyzed. In the dry eye group, there were 59 individuals, while in the normal, there were 55. The gender distribution was males and females were almost similar. The mean age of dry eye group and normals was almost same, with a p-value of 0.95. OSDI, Schirmer's and tear film breakup time were significantly poorer for dry eye group, confirming the diagnosis of dry eye disease. The interesting point on analysis of the endothelial parameters, there was significant reduction in endothelial cell density and the hexagonality in the dry eye group when compared to the age-matched normals. On the other hand, there was an increase in coefficient of variance in average cell area for the dry eye disease group. Central cornea thickness remained same for both the groups. So our study indicated there is a significant involvement of the corneal endothelium in dry eye disease, and it is not only the disease of the ocular surface which conventionally it is believed to. Now the mechanism why dry eye disease affects endothelium, this is still unproven, but there have been few reports in American journal saying there is reduced subbasal nerve density in dry eye disease, or the inflammation on the ocular surface which penetrates through the layers of the cornea, causing a reduction in endothelial parameters. The limitations of the study was the diagnosis of dry eye disease was based on Schirmer's, TBUTs, and all these tests are very subjective and depends on the person who is performing it. And there was unequal distribution of participants in mild and moderate, so we could not prove whether severity of dry eye also affects severity of the endothelial damage. To conclude, patients with dry eye disease had poor endothelial parameters when compared to age-matched normals. Thus, dry eye disease is one thing which needs to be highlighted before taking up a patient for any ocular surgery, say cataract surgery. Thank you.
So I have two questions. One is Schirmer, you took a Schirmer cutoff of less than 15.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you had taken less than 10, then it would have been a much better, the dry eye versus non-dry eye. So 10 to 15, usually we do not consider them as dry eye. That is one thing. And so what do you think could be the possible mechanism?
I have read few articles which say the endothelial cell the nerve density is affected in dry eye, and also So the immune-mediated changes occurring on the ocular surface penetrate through the layers of the cornea, having endothelial cell loss.
So if you were a researcher, clinical person with a grant, then what would be your next step?
My next statement would be to look into immune-guided.
How would you do that?
Say, look into which interleukins or which anti-inflammatory markers we can target to reduce those effects on the surface, protect the endothelium, because eventually at 60, 80, everybody needs to undergo cataract surgery, everybody needs to undergo some ocular surgery. And if we know patient has dry eye, with age also dry eye increases, which is a known fact.
So were all your patients pseudophakic or phakic? Have you taken a note of
Yes,
that?
ma'am. All pseudophakic, previous history of ocular surgeries, contact lens were excluded from the study.
So all were phakics?
All were phakics.
Okay, thank you.